Okay,
Okay, it's waiting.
we're ready now.
3, 4, 2, cut! Action!
No need 3, 4, 2, cut, action. You are enjoying this thing. Well done.
I, Rastaman, welcome to
Stop
Jamaica.
now.
Oh, you are doing?
Stop.
Get a weed and smoke
This is
some.
not idea, bro.
It's
It's only when you want to maybe. Something that I've already told myself is I cannot go over to the other religion. It's not like I'm a Christian, so any other religion apart from Christianity was a no-no for me.
That was a deal breaker for me. Was she had to be God fear.
Yeah.
You know, when someone actually
Yes,
fears
the Lord.
you don't need to go into the 1,000 detail of what
It's
they would do, what they wouldn't do because of fear of God.
Not because of
lack
love for you, because a lot of people are not that.
Yeah.
Still what they do intentionally.
Sure. You know, so I cannot be suspecting you every second. And I don't have time for that kind of. I cannot be I can't hack into your WhatsApp to be checked. I have no fun checking your phone. I rather not feel like there's no point to check than to feel like there's something going on that requires me to want to check certain things.
Like he dated someone who, with that mentality, they said, pretty girls, have bad character, while the ones that are not so pretty, that's in their own eyes, have better character. So he went the other way to date somebody who wasn't really pretty. And if you guys watched the video, I'm going to leave that video in the description, but there he talked about someone that broke water on his head.
My head just correct. See, all the philosophy of life, it came back in the right way.
Broke bottom. So sometimes these are everybody have their own, and there's nothing wrong if you want somebody handsome. I remember when I was in first year,
especially me that is not handsome, I now carry somebody again that is
you're handsome. See, when I was in first year, my roommates were having a conversation, and in first year I wasn't so outspoken. So I think some girls were talking about physical qualities they want in a man, and first year I think I was 17 years old. I told them that I want my husband to be tall, so that he can hug me. I don't want someone that is very slim and shapely,
from that.
Tall, go away. I told them I wasn't into be tall. I wasn't into fair guys. I'm like, no, tall, dark, you can hold me and all that. And they were surprised. They're like, oh, you have an opinion on the kind of guy you want, because I wasn't so outspoken. I know by the time my wedding came and they saw his picture, like, oh, you really went all out. So
anyway, the cameraman that took the pictures.
What do you mean? Okay, so what was the next one for you?
Okay, the next one for me was that I needed her to have a life.
Okay, to be goal driven.
I don't want to make it like that so that I don't put you under unnecessary pressure. You understand? But when they say my function in this life is to come and bath and take care of the kid and love my husband and sit down and be looking.
Okay, so you wanted someone who would have, apart from being a wife and a mother, you wanted her to have like her own life, her dreams.
Something that excites you every day that you do. I'm not asking you to provide money for me. Okay. I'm not asking, but how can you bath and sit down like your parents paid school fees for you to go to school? Okay. It's not just to learn how to read and write and communicate, or so that they can fix high bride price for your husband. You get, I'm of course against the group of men who say because they are afraid of their wives meeting someone and then you don't want you to walk and all of that. No, I actually like you to be excited about, is it some projects coming, what you're doing, we could discuss this, we could do. I was okay. I was very excited to have someone who, had something she was looking towards doing. She was excited, she was passionate, she was, and sometimes if I wanted to do stuff in that direction too, I had a partner, So my client yesterday told me he's ready to go to court on top of matter.
And his wife is a barrister. And she's not just like the barrister that you can shut up.
You get.
So if you want badness, she will give it to you. She will give it to you.
Yeah, and build up to our wedding in different aspects of life and all of those things. There were cases where I had to consult her that she is better.
Oh God!
Should I begin to mention?
No,
those things?
don't mention. Don't mention.
But
there
were a lot of things. You guys can come and discuss work, and nobody feels intimidated or feeling like,
or somebody feels lost.
And then one girl who is probably working in the office you are working feels better than your wife because your husband doesn't do. So I was cool with that. She had something she was looking forward to doing. See, it might pay you. You might be the richest person in the world. It might not pay you.
Yeah, but
you had something you were doing, like you were passionate about something.
When
your children too will look up to that.
I think for me,
it won't be a male thing to be a productive person in the home, in society, and all of that. So I found a lot of that with you. In fact, you pressed me so much on issue. The pressure, people that can be having ideas 20 times a day, which one you want to do now, where you want stuff.
Then I will just tell my brother, Barcelona, I have an idea. You see, God. Like seriously, sometimes when you have a support system, and that's why, I'm still grateful for the family I have. Because even at the point where they didn't even understand what I was doing, they still supported. I know how many times my elder brother has given me money to start businesses, and the business, it didn't even go so much, understand? But every time I'm like, I have one idea, they're always listening, And sometimes you have to look back for a child. There's some people that are scared of starting businesses. They don't really have lots of ideas. You won't blame them. Maybe they've not seen any pioneer in their family. They don't really have a good support system. And when you see people scared of taking steps, it's not like they are cowards. It's just maybe the background. There are women that have grown up in backgrounds where women are marginalized, they don't talk, you shouldn't, there are families where the man believes like the woman shouldn't talk, It's not like when you're having arguments, somebody has to calm down for the other person. There are times you guys have, the back and forth, but there are times where you just like, let me just let. But there are families where the man believes the woman shouldn't even talk. The women, and that is because what
is for putting lipstick.
Yeah, that's because that is what they saw. Their mothers, their aunties. That kind of thing. But for me, my mom had several businesses. I have aunties both from my mother's side and from my father's side. One of my my aunties, she'll tell me, even me, she'll tell me, you are too calm. She's my mom's. She's telling me, you're too calm. Your mommy at her age, she was up and everywhere. You understand? And I have very hardworking aunties from my paternal side as well. So being a woman that will sit in one place and not do anything, it's a no. You understand? It's a no. Both from both sides of the family.
So on that matter, we had a deal.
There was no this. What else was it?
The next thing,
a deal breaker for you?
The next thing was the love and the respect aspect that we always have. We're in a society where sometimes we are carried away by material things. Again, especially to the Igbo people.
Yeah,
that mean that I feel like money is everything. Not
all.
And there are other tribes who do it more self.
There
are people who go to Italy just to sleep in the bush only because of money.
Not all.
So number one stuff in my life is not money. Number two is not. A lot of people who say it's money or everything, trust me, it's not motivational speaker, it's poverty mindset.
Yeah.
Again, like I said before. And it's
not like, let me even quickly chip in. Sorry. Finances is 70% of issues in marriage. Whether he's working, whether the two people are even working. So we're not saying based on marrying whether you have a job or you don't have a job,
Yeah, that's very true, because you can find someone who earns 50k a month. Another person earns 100k
500k,
but the person who earns 50 lives better than the person who earns. And then one day you hear with all that money, you don't plan well, and one
Children are not
day,
looking well,
you
looking
know,
good. There's no food at
you're not
home.
feeling well, you're
You
under
don't
pressure,
have
or even inside
savings.
debt. One day, bank liquidates, or you're laid off, and they say, that's
That's
it.
the end.
From there, you stroke. From there, different things. Why somebody who is a ghost worker in my village local government?
He's living
He's living
well.
well. His
Has
family
even
is,
opened fleets of businesses.
one day you
So for
hear.
you, money, what you didn't want somebody who was too money focused.
I didn't want that, of course, because see, I would not watch anybody around me go hungry. In my family, especially from my father's side, food was the next important thing after the air you breathe.
Okay.
And I come from Benue. No matter how hard the country is, nobody starves in that place. In my tradition, you don't walk past somebody eating. The moment they are eating outside, it's an indirect invitation to anybody passing to come and eat. If you pass without comment, it's almost like you guys are beefing. It's a serious fight that is almost like life and death when it reaches food.
Okay.
So
money wasn't.
I work so hard. Ask her, she'll tell you. But I've realized, because I came from a very wealthy family who also saw the other side of life. I realized there's a lot of things money can buy.
Okay.
You get?
Yeah.
So, of course, we all know that the wealthiest men in the world are not married. Jeff Bezos,
Don't call their names.
Dangote,
Leave them alone. Don't call their names.
It's not a secret. Even Bill Gates recently,
Okay.
they are not. So you will know that there's something about that. There's more. There are things that are bigger than money. I keep saying it.
Yeah, but you need money at home.
Of course you need.
But you don't want the whole focus of the relationship.
Of course.
And I think he said he was putting me to a test, but me, I was living my life.
She was living. Guess what happened? One of my friends, when he begins to date a girl, he gives her money from day one. And so if she doesn't like him, she will like the money. So whenever she sees him, what she sees is money is coming. So she behaves like a bank account to receive the money and stuff.
So you were not in for that.
I was not in for. So when you have your downtime and you don't have money,
it
becomes like
shaky.
the relationship is with the money, not with me.
So you've seen it happen.
This girl is an Igbo girl. So as much as I studied her for like 6 months before I asked her out. I played around her a lot. I hung out with her. I came to see her a lot. And at that time, I actually was studying her. She didn't know. That is when you get to know somebody, in my own view. Because they are not trying to impress you. You have not asked them out. They are not trying to paint this picture before you. They are themselves. If they are fighting with somebody dirty, they fight dirty. You get. So you actually get that image.
Okay.
And when I saw all of that, I now shot my shot.
Short shooter. Nigerian men and
then
shots.
So when we started dating, what I did was, for the first 6 months or more than 6 months, guess what? I didn't give her one cup.
Yeah, but I didn't even notice, because whenever he comes to visit me, he used to buy stuff. Yeah, he used to buy stuff. And I think then do you have any specific requests? I'm like, just get chocolates, And even before he leaves, I end up sharing the chocolate to all my friends. But I didn't even know, because if he comes, I'm like, okay, he's coming. He has gone through the stress of, traveling down from the Middle Belt.
Yeah.
He was in Abuja at the time. I was in Abriba. Yeah. He's come all the way from Abuja, while I'm in my village, Abriba 7. So the best I can do is try to make food for him. So to me, because from my house, you don't tell somebody bring money for food. So when he comes, I give him food. If the day I don't have strength to cook, I'm like, okay, I don't have strength to cook. Maybe we should go outside and buy something. So I wasn't really expecting, because at the time he passed out of parade before me. So I just felt like this is somebody who is just trying to find his feet, and he's pulling the weight and still trying to come and visit me, because at that time we're in a long distance relationship. So I wasn't trying to make his life more comfortable.
Guys, look at this.
Yeah.
You're walking in Abuja. Your girlfriend, the friends of your girlfriend know he walks in Abuja. You know that hype with walking in Abuja. I don't know if I'm doing conductor.
I just remember something. There's a time he just left.
Yeah.
And I think 2 days later, I don't tell somebody that I think they had not paid. So she was not telling me that that no, now that you just left, that I'm
Yeah,
supposed to
so
have
she's supposed to
plenty
be
money.
loaded.
So I was like, why am I supposed to have plenty
You see,
money?
I know some of you don't agree with this,
Yeah, some
but
people.
before I met her, even while I was in university, I paid pocket money to people's accounts. So when somebody wants to say stingy, no,
Yeah.
I was coming
The
from.
person that
By the
still
time
broke
I
that
begin
his
to
head.
give you,
The person that still broke that his head.
no, apart from that, my younger brother
Mm,
was almost like a son to me.
yeah.
Every month there was pocket. I was a student, though, mind you.
Okay.
My mom also was there. You know, there are things that are
Need to come back.
non-negotiable. You know, family, friends, even my friends are almost like my brother. So giving was not something I used to boast and say I gave you this. Now, what is the this that has taken care and has changed your life?
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
So, but I didn't want me to be money. You see me, you see money. You don't see money, then there is an issue.
There's no
No,
relationship.
it is important,
Okay.
and I will take care of you. I will not see you go hungry. I will not see you lack a basic. See, there is nothing you want in this life that you would not get if you plan. You know those
You
stuff.
plan yourself.
Yeah. So I didn't give money. I made regular phone calls. By the way, we're always on call, morning, afternoon, and night.
Night. Yeah, we're always talking.
And if I was supposed to call 7 o'clock and I call 7:01, I'm late.
Yeah.
You know, it was long distance, of course. The only way we could build was on phone. We're going to talk about that long distance later.
Video.
But I realized that the love didn't flinch, it didn't shake, it grew.
Okay.
Even when I didn't give money. Yes, when we go out together, I pay the transport. When we hang out, I pay that cost. When I visit, I give things. Yes, I loaded credit to call a lot. And she never asked me for money for once. And I said, okay.
Then I didn't give you attitude as well.
No, there was no attitude. The love grew and everything.
You know, when you mentioned it, I was like, huh?
I didn't even think of it.
Yeah, I didn't think of it because I also come from a house where, you know, the Lord, we were comfortable, you understand? The Lord blessed us to in the extent where, okay, my dad can provide for you, my mom can provide for you, you know. So I didn't grow up learning, as in asking who I'm dating for money. Mind you, it doesn't mean as a woman you should not ask for money. That is how you know a man that will give you money in marriage. Do you understand? Because
don't follow the wrong one.
Don't go the one that will tell you bring your 2 naira. I bring my 2 naira.
By the time,
buy 4 naira.
By the way, I said I was giving pocket money before then. From the day I noticed there was no issue, I started paying money into account till today.
Yeah, you're owing me money.
Yes, there's no issue.
Let me calculate it now.
You are always owing your wife money.
Double money.
You are always owing. Yeah. So that one, you will never pay that debt finish. Yeah. But it is not an issue. You know, the moment we got through that, there was a deal there. You know, so there were lots of deals that were putting us in the right direction.
Yeah, I think another one for me, because if you guys have watched our video, introduction video, we are not the same tribe. He's from Benue, I'm from Delta. We have different belief system, very as in cultural beliefs. Do you understand? And I didn't want to go to, you know, when somebody's from another tribe, it only takes an open family, a family that are open-minded, to accept this person wholeheartedly. Now some families, when they look at Delta or Benue, like they are
in the Hausa,
like people
from
cannibals. Yeah, like people from, maybe they are people from Mars.
You know,
or people from
how
Jupiter.
do they have to?
Yeah, do you understand? So you know that one alone, there's already a prejudice. Is it prejudice or prejudice? Anyone, you guys should choose one. There's already a
one is British, one is American, the other one is Nigerian.
Puerto Rican. Okay, see, there's already, you know, this they will now start getting speculations from what did they. I heard that. Now, for me, we've been going out for a while, and I think when he got back from service, he told his mom that he was going out with a Delta girl. And the mom didn't really have. Momsi didn't. She didn't.
Never had.
Yeah, that's because Momsi had traveled around Nigeria.
Both of my parents were from the same place, but they never had issues.
And he attended a unity school, brought friends from different tribes home. You understand? So Momsi didn't have issues, okay? But me, I made up my mind because, like I said, growing up, you hear some people come to complain to your parents that this is what their husband family is doing because she's from another tribe. You hear some of your classmates, you hear this. So me, I've already drummed it into my stubborn head that if the family start doing kpakan is like this, is like this, the auntie is doing like this, the brother, because you can say, oh, provided, let me tell you, you are not marrying only the man. No, there might be one auntie he loves very well, and maybe the auntie maybe I forgot to call the auntie, and the auntie says something like that, your wife said she's too proud. He loves that auntie. It will project something that will affect, and she'll be like, and maybe she might end it by Igbo people. That is how they behave.
Yeah, you generalize.
Do you understand? So, you know, I already said that if I go to see his family and they begin to give me a body language I don't like, you know, I was just going to look for a way. That was why I saw his family first before I brought him to my family.
By the way, you might have in every family.
Yeah,
10 people, there will be one
person that's
if 9 people like you, one person won't.
Yeah, you
9 people dislike you, one person would like you.
You know.
But as long as you have the majority
on your side. And you know, when I went over to his place, you know, when they begin to speak language, you see one of his cousins interpreting whatever they were saying to me. I think there are times they have to say speak English. She doesn't, you know, she doesn't understand what you're saying. And because they are home, they blow language at home, you know. And you know, we got there, they were even more intrigued to see the girl from Delta. Even when we went to the village and also
they fell in love with her one hand. I want to say this, they liked her. My sister didn't marry my tribe. It has never been an issue.
Tribe.
You know, an individual.
My own parents are not even the same tribe. Let's start from there.
So
they're not even the same tribe.
You know, but initially, grandma used to tell me, I'm very close to my grandma.
He's very, very close to his grandma.
And she used to say, please marry our tribe. She had not met her yet. Say, please. Say, because the way we're close, your wife is going to be like my handbag. And I would not want to interpret her. Grandma doesn't speak English. If you speak English, comedy, you will laugh.
Idiot! Is idiot, Mama is saying? Say idiot!
You know? So, she used to say that, and, you know, I don't want to go into the story of dating my own tribe and the experience. I did it once.
Stop!
Yeah, like I said, I don't want to go there. But again, an individual is an individual.
It doesn't.
You know. So when I told her who I was about to bring, she was telling me she had not met her yet. You know, these people, their eye don't open. You know, this kind of, you know. Say, we have one very good girl here. It's a pastor's daughter. I said, pastor! No. I don't want to marry again.
But she did enforce.
Yeah. Then I gave her some examples of people
that married
within the family that she knew. I said, are they not tribes? Have they seen themselves in the past 20 years? So she kept quiet because it is more like, this child now, wow, they talk some kind of deep things, you know. Her mind is open to reason with me. So but the first time she saw her, she was so happy, she was excited till today. The second thing I want to say is this: from the intertribal thing, if a man from Benue goes to Delta and says, I want to pick your daughter, some people might say, that is far. What if the country divide?
Yeah.
You understand those kind of things? But if a man from the United States of America,
not everybody.
Tell me which one is far between them
really far
and America.
It just, I think openness.
You get so
openness. Some people trust the white man compared to their, you know, countryman. And we're not here to judge anybody. That is just you and your. You know, there are some women that tell you can't marry Nigerian men. Why? Because they've seen what some women have gone through because of cultural strides. You know, like I said, you know, we were complaining about some people that believe a woman doesn't have a place to talk. It is a man's role to destroy. What's that thing we're watching?
To rule and dominate.
To rule and dominate. To
Like,
cheat and come back.
Seriously, you'll build one big chair, sit on top with big thing on your head. I'll be giving you headache.
So
is that life?
Yeah, so I think for me, family acceptance was top notch because I am the only girl, from where my brothers literally pamper me. They call me, we talk, ask him if I have an issue. Give me 30 minutes. I would have called all of them one, down. So I didn't want a situation whereby I'm coming to a family where I'm trying to micromanage. It's like I'm watching everything. It's not like you will not be respectful, because I'm coming from a different place. You're coming from a different, like in my house, men cook, boys enter the kitchen, they serve, they do like if my younger brother comes to this house today now, I know I'm free because once I come back from the market, he will unpack everything, wash this one. I don't know how it is in his place, even though he helps me out in the kitchen.
We're involved in the cooking.
Yeah, so I'm not saying that there won't be, some this thing, but that's you guys. If you've had issues with culture, in-laws not accepting, it's like when they know that you are home, they are speaking language. It's not that they can't speak language to their brother, because there are times my mom will be gisting me sometimes. She knows if she says it in English, I won't really grasp how naughty it is. So she will say it in dialect, and I'll just be laughing.
As Yoruba people will say, it's not sweet if I say it in English.
Yeah,
Go away.
Stop. But you know there are some things you say in language to like when we are at auntie's house, when you're saying something in language and everybody now there laughing. Yeah, but there are some that is just so the woman just feels out. She just feels like an outsider. In that home.
In some cases, you have men who don't stand up to defend their wife. It's hell. Like you're going to have a daughter one day. She's going to be in another man's house. Even if not for that, come on, this is your person. Like, is this so hard?
Did you marry her and you brought her to the battlefield to be killed? So those were like, for me, it was a major. So after I've gone through, religion, church, family acceptance, I think at that point I was now like, okay,
good to go.
We're good to go.
She was the only daughter. And it's not every family that wants to give their daughter out to somebody that's from another tribe. Even though both parents were not from the same place, but
even we're from same state but different tribes.
We still had to deal with the extended family.
When you tell them Benue, they tell you Hausa. You say Benue, they tell you Hausa. You're like, okay, and you just pick anyone you like.
I had to go. The brothers were very supportive. Of course, we had talked on phone. I think I have a way of connecting with people, but they didn't need so much of a push, for the connect. God just had a way.
He worked.
With relations from her mother's side, from her father's side, it was perfect.
It was more like, do you understand this person, the family? Have you spoken to the sister, the brother, the mom? The first question was the mom. How did she behave?
We're going to give you more detail and build up to the wedding and all what was involved in that, but there was complete synergy on that. I think my mom called her yesterday, and my mom hasn't called me till now, so they call her more than so it's one of those things. The next thing for me was that I wanted, let's just skip that, because with the career, I wanted somebody who was principled, respectful, and caring. I don't need to be out and be scared that the woman is not going to take care of my kids very well. We have women who feel like they should be taken care of rather than they should take care. Of course, in life, you take care and you're taken care of in return. Even the kid that is a baby you're taking care of becomes your parent in the future when you're old and weak. Your husband is there. And it's not just nuclear family. Sometimes you have a brother, a sister there. By the way, care is not just that they send you money. It's that, how you doing? They're there for you to celebrate with you. When you're not strong. All of that. So I didn't want to have that headache. I wanted to have someone who would be able to take care of kids, be able to relate well with family. Of course, we had covered that in the previous one. And then as a man, we are not so emotional. We don't walk into the house and begin to cry.
Okay, so what were you expecting?
So we wanted to be respected
So you
and
wanted
cared
somebody
for.
respectful.
Yeah, and then I get that in return, and I got that to a fault with her. I had not even started officially dating her when, we went somewhere in a remote village, and I was so hungry, and I didn't even tell anybody. I just went out straight ahead to any random place in the village to try to get what to eat. And she called me, "Where am I going? It's not safe. Whatever I'm going to take there might not be best." And then she offered me stuff and all of that. So with many other instances that you find people very worried about your welfare, sometimes they can even be willing to fight for you. We have meetings in our NYSC where to her everything I said always made sense, and so if someone opposes, she can stand up before she even know what to say, and sometimes what to say does not come out. So I wasn't scared of that. And the last thing I had was feminism.
This man has issues with modern day feminism,
Yeah.
or what feminism has metamorphosed into.
What it has
Metamorphosed into, because he has issues with when women are being marginalized.
No group of human beings should be marginalized.
Yeah.
God no ask you
Irrespective of your
permission
gender.
before he create these people come put for this land. And there are things they can do that no matter how hard you try, you can't do it as much as they can do. Children should not be marginalized, male or female. Women should never be marginalized.
They shouldn't be stopped from speaking their mind or being who they want to be just because they have a down below.
Men, you get, men should never be marginalized. Old people should not be marginalized.
Yeah.
You get, we've talked about different tribes and religions. We've repeated that it's your personal things, your freedom. But we wanted, okay, in this small cycle as family, we didn't want, you will also get your own person. Don't force somebody into, not be rehab, you the wrong. And family.
Rehabilitation center.
You get?
Yeah.
So feminism, maybe when it started, was in defense of women who were oppressed.
You can't get this job.
You can't get this job, you can't work. Violence in the home where they are the victims. Of course, we know women, there are women who beat their husbands. And then some violence, I also say, is verbal. They use mouth to carry you to join ISIS and Boko Haram. Not mouth. They can tell you something that you actually hang yourself. That's violence. And we know who get bad mouth in most cases, not all cases. It's women. What the women say to even the kids while growing up can mad them for life, kill their self-esteem. So violence is even more worse, verbal. You can't see that injury. But that injury might never be cured.
Old, yeah.
You
see
it is
some
there.
Men, they are always buying stuff. It might be that growing up they didn't get good clothes until now. Even though they have all the money, they just still want to quench that.
You get. Yeah. So I had an issue with the modern day feminism because one, it represented only a small cycle of people. If you tell me human right, it covers the children, male and female, it covers the women, it covers the men, grown, adult, youth, old, different tribes, different religion. It fights that everybody should be represented and everybody had a voice. Feminism picked women probably because they felt like they were this group that needed care.
Yeah, because there was a time, actually,
Of course, maybe because of traditions, maybe because men are physically stronger, but women also have the mouth, and other stuff. But I think I would have been okay
if it didn't metamorphose into this.
Yes,
because feminism, right now we now see a lot of toxic.
Yes, feminism started as in protection
the way
for the woman.
Started in Nigeria.
Yes, it started as for the women, to protect the women and protect them. They should get equal pay. They should have education and all of that. But what it has turned to is against the men. It is not for the women self.
Now it's now against, more like what people now see it more like is we are in a war against
men.
So the men are the in as much as there are women that have to be rescued from some men, they literally have to do. But right now, it's now more like we are in this battle of survivor against men. So we have to terminate all the.
Even if you marry them, it should be war. You
have to terminate all the men.
There's a lot of doctrine.
Yeah, so he said no, the person.
I didn't want anything like that because it was going to give issues. You see, when you hear a man, in most cases, I'm not saying all, has an issue with house help. The issue you hear, the scandal, let me put it that way, you hear is he slept with his house help.
Which is not good.
Terrible. I said scandal, of course. If you hear the scandal and the woman has with house help, we have heard things that they pour petrol on her hair and burn.
That is woman against woman.
So where are the feminists? The feminists should have come out and said, we are for women. When you do wrong, we tell you, no, don't do it this way.
Some people condemn, but
when you do right, we heighten your rights and defend you, project you positively. They don't say a word about that. So it is more or less like, let us be vile, let us be against you and do what we have, even against their fellow women, like the house help, like the girl child who comes to help you.
Even the male child.
You find a small girl that the husband is sleeping with,
and the woman in that house,
the man is covering. She wants to save her marriage.
But not say she not save
and they are scarring that daughter for life. In many cases, people don't recover from that. You marry a wife and you want to have sex with her, and it's a different thing. And sometimes she can't say. There is a scar. She might not even want to tell you because, by the way, some people who tell you they are born again, they don't want to have sex before marriage. They know if you go there, the experience you will have because of their scars, you will not remain there. But they like you and they keep it a secret. They always do, before. So I didn't want that. I preferred.
We had a mutual understanding.
That everybody was regarded, everybody's place is emphasized, and then you get to enjoy yourself and the whole home.
Yeah.
Those are our deal or no deal. We had to talk about that. We
talk explicitly about it,
among other issues, but it was a 90% go. When a guy says, I have a lot of female friends. Most of my friends are female. Baba Umar Apaka, most of your friends, stop that. Or when a girl says, I don't like girls, all my friends are guys. You don't want to see your guy
who has all female friends.
Always in the midst
everybody
of
has their own, give and take and all that. But
this was
just for us. I'm not saying you shouldn't have female friends, but like he said, if a guy has only female friends and no male friend, you begin to look at the guy like,
what are you guys discussing? What
you understand? So that was just it. So these were our deal or no deal, and we're going to move forward to marriage without having yes or no. It wasn't like in between.
This took about 4 years for us to iron out.
Some were ironed out. Some were ironed out. Like me, for me, the religion. Church was ironed out the first few months of the relationship. And the family acceptance, was way later when I had to meet. So this video is a very long video. I'm talking over an hour, but maybe when I edit it will come down. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up.
Like this. You see that place that it's red? It puts like
it's not red.
What color
is grey or something.
It is grey or
give it a thumbs
just
up.
put
The
it
subscribe button is the red, but make sure you
subscribe so that every time you just then you will now be watching the next video because we have a lot to tell you.
Okay, guys.
Do you want to hear?
Yes, I want to hear. No, I'm not calling you guys.
I'm calling yourself.
Okay, see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Bye.